Yes, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. As of this morning, the Bitcoin price tumbles to $18,000, trades below previous cycle's all-time high for the first time in history. We have never seen this before with Bitcoin, because usually after each Bitcoin halving, happens every 4 years, supply cut in half, there's a new bull run, leading to a new all-time high. And although we may retest the old all-time high, in this case that was 20K back in 2017, we have never dropped below. In today's video, if you hold Bitcoin, I want to talk about why. We have an update on 3 Arrows Capital, their potential insolvency. We'll talk Celsius, are they about to go bankrupt? What other companies are now being affected by this collapse? And much more. Like always, check the timestamps down below. Right now, check the timestamps. And let's jump in, starting with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin plunges below $20,000 as Ethereum drops below 1K. And this is happening for 2 big reasons. The continuing plunge in traditional financial markets, we know this, as well as panic about crypto lending platforms like Celsius, hedge funds like 3AC, sent Bitcoin into the teens for the first time in more than 18 months. And let's start with 3 Arrows Capital. Just as a reminder, 3AC, one of the blue chip hedge funds in this space, heavily respected, and they had, this says 18, but I believe they had $3 billion in crypto and assets under management, and now they're liquidating heavily. This is probably the most painful thing I've ever seen. A multi-billion-dollar assets under management fund now transferring just 138 sushi to repay debt on exchanges they got liquidated on. F in the chat for our fallen brothers. So we can look at some of the on-chain activity for 3 Arrows Capital and see they're depositing funds onto all these exchanges to sell, to try and cover their debts. Now, as of yesterday, the founders of 3AC have given their first public interview. 3 Arrows Capital confirms heavy losses from Luna's collapse, exploring potential options. So the company's co-founders said that they're looking into the possibility of asset sales and a rescue by another firm. And by the way, this is being reported. This interview was directly from the Wall Street Journal. Beleaguered cryptocurrency fund 3AC confirmed Friday it had suffered heavy losses in the recent market downturn. Instead, it had hired legal and financial advisors to figure a way out. We are committed to working things out and finding an equitable solution for all our constituents. The fund has over $3 billion worth of cryptocurrency, had that much worth of crypto under management back in April. And now, of course, they have a lot of debt. 3AC is exploring options, including asset sales and a rescue by another firm, in hopes to reach a settlement with creditors. For example, 3AC owes at least $6 million to crypto exchange BitMEX. And we will talk about BitMEX and other companies in a second. But how this cascading effect of companies collapsing started in the first place was all because of Luna. Davies, a co-founder, said 3AC invested over $200 million in Luna tokens as part of a $1 billion raise by LFG back in February, an amount that is now essentially worthless since the Terra ecosystem imploded in mid-May. The Terra Luna situation caught us very much off guard, he said. And now to cover their losses and prevent more liquidations if they can, they are selling. 3AC was additionally known as one of the largest holders of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, as well as staked Ether, STETH tokens. That's a 1-to-1 backing, so basically Ethereum, both of which have seen steep declines recently. So, how does this affect you and me as crypto holders? Plain and simple, we have to hold through this suppression. It is not, quote unquote, a natural sell-off, at least not all of it. It is because of this black swan-like event of crypto companies near insolvency and they're forced to sell. Let's keep moving, but I do want to hear from you. Type a 1 down in the chat if you have started DCAing at these prices. Type a 2 in the chat if you're still waiting. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Let me know down below. Dr. Seuss. And next up, before we get to Celsius, what other auxiliary companies are now being affected by this? BitMEX and others exiting 3 Arrows Capital amid 3AC insolvency fears. So as 3 Arrows Capital struggles, its lenders have started liquidating the firm's positions, and portfolio companies are distancing themselves. The ripple effect continues. On Tuesday, it emerged that 3AC had begun selling off assets, including $40 million worth of its Lido-staked Ethereum, STETH. They sold that ETH. It's also widely believed, although still unconfirmed, that 3AC has been trying to keep a $264 million Aave loan, as well as keep a $35 million compound loan from going into liquidation. And of course, companies are affected. BitMEX on Friday confirmed that they have liquidated 3 Arrows Capital positions this week, as well as the users of Finblocks affected as well. Staking platform Finblocks, which counts 3 Arrows as an investor, has reduced customer withdrawal limits. So even though these customers did nothing wrong, and 3 Arrows Capital was just an investor in Finblocks, now these customers are having trouble accessing their own money. Users are allowed to withdraw up to $500 of their assets per day, with a monthly cap of just $1,500 of their own assets. So in summation, give me your thoughts on the market right now down below. Again, 1, if you've started DCAing, 2, if you think we're going much lower and you have not started yet. For me, it's a 1 for Bitcoin specifically. I just bought some Bitcoin at around 20K a few days ago, and if we keep dipping, I will keep buying. That's my toxic trait, just because I'm a long-term believer. I still tend to believe that Bitcoin dominance is going at least to 50, probably even 55, so I've not touched the altcoins yet. But I do think it is a great time to start DCAing into Bitcoin, for me at least. And next up, what about Celsius? Are they going bankrupt? Will they get bought out by Nexo? What is the current update? Well, we're still waiting on one. There has not been a new update in the last 2 days. The minute I do get one, I know Celsius affects millions of users. The minute I get an update, I will make a video. I will bring it to you. But I thought this clip of Mashinsky, Celsius CEO, Peter Schiff, was very interesting. Mashinsky savaged by Peter Schiff back in November 2021. This is about a 90-second clip. You got to give Peter credit. He was 100% right. Watch this.
Margin payment.
Bitcoin pays dividends, Peter. Bitcoin pays dividends. Try Celsius.
How does Bitcoin pay a dividend?
6.2% dividend. Because we earn yield.
How do you earn yield on Bitcoin? What do you do to generate income on that Bitcoin?
I'm happy to spend an hour with you.
Yeah, you're trading it. You've got to be taking a tremendous amount of risk. The Bitcoin itself doesn't generate any yield.
It does. Just like any other asset can generate yield. Gold.
No, but what earnings does the Bitcoin generate?
Gold generates 5.5% at Celsius. Yield.
No.
Tokenized
what
gold.
What are you doing to generate that? You must be taking tremendous risk to generate those returns. Of course you are.
Okay.
You're not. Of course you must be.
Look, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just explaining that this is
interest rates are practically zero. How can you get 5% interest on gold?
It's an amazing opportunity for people to unbank themselves, right? Take advantage of this market.
You know who also had an amazing opportunity? Madoff. Bernie Madoff had an amazing opportunity too.
Alex, we want to bring in another question for you.
Even your own son chose Bitcoin, and
he's 19. Gold.
Let's do this again in a year and take a look and see what happened. Okay.
Well, that is one of the questions for Peter, actually, gentlemen.
Very interesting. Give me your thoughts down below. But that is the video. My name's Austin. Like always, see you tomorrow. Appreciate you. I will be at a Dodgers game, me and my bro, later today. Dodgers against the Cleveland Guardians. We're originally from Ohio. Now we're out here in LA. Perfect ball game. So I'll see if the Dodgers accept Bitcoin. We will see. You tomorrow. See you tomorrow.